It is an wonderful Monday morning in the city of Lagos. Welcome to the Spotlight. My name is Kizuki. We start the show. Let me keep that aside first of all. A whole lot of highlights on the show. We did see for the weekend. For us now, getting the results maybe right. It was a 2-2. Chelsea felt like they were crowned winners already, but it was just what it is. Now for Real Madrid, it happened to play a draw with Sevilla. Then the Nigerian Premier League as well was so great to see Remo Stars, the Southwest Derby, where Remo Stars got the result against Sporting Lagos. All of this team, bad one for Nigerian outing. Talk about the continental or intercontinental game where Enyimba Football Club lost to Wydad Casablanca of Morocco right under our nose, right there at Godswill Akpabio International Stadium. This one happened to be a very bad one, and that game, I would always say the way it is. That game brought something that I don't want to talk about, but it's just what it is. If you do it right, I will definitely come here to give you all the accolades and praises. But Enyimba, we did see that game where Innocent had a jersey stained and, he was off and the jersey was given back to him. There was no name on the jersey. And what they could do was to write, like they literally wrote on his back, like that was a bad one for our own home soil. I understand the chairman of the club, Kanu Wankwo, would not also like that. Finidi George supposed to be the manager. But away from that, started the show this morning from a sad note. Quickly, I want to say this: happy birthday to legendary Rashidi Yekini. Today happens to be his day, and we'll keep mourning him. That's the man that got the first goal for Nigeria at the World Cup back in US '94 under Clement Westerhoff. And today he's no more. We still say his legacy lives on forever. Happy birthday to the legend of football, Rashidi Yekini. That's on your screen again. You can see that happened in 1994 when he scored that goal, and that was an amazing moment. Some want to say, well, you born at that point, but that's history for another day. Rest in peace is all I can say on that. Keep resting in peace. Now, quickly also, in the course of death stories, I got this one, Sir Bobby shouting. It's not okay, it's not good news, but then regardless, we have to move. Sir Bobby shouting of England and also Manchester United, the legend, has passed off. Now he is no more, but we'll say rest in peace also. I love what I saw in the course of the weekend where the Premier League was played, where all the club sides stood still for Sir Bobby shouting. His game is amazing. 1989 World Cup winner with the English side, and that's great to see. But rest in peace again is what I can say on the show. Now quickly, let's get into the story of the day where Nigeria Super Eagles have been ranked 10th most valuable national team in the world. The latest ranking of the top 10 valuable national team in the world was posted on the Super Eagles X handle, formerly known as Twitter. The three-time African champion winner is valued at $451.6 million. They are the only African team in the top 10 in the world today. At number one is Three Lions of England, 1.37 million, a billion better word. France occupying second space, 1.05 billion. In third place is Portugal, 990.00 million. And also Brazil in fourth with 969.00 million, and that's 0.00 million. And fifth position in Spain is 811, you could say million, better word. Now the Eagles are in the Group A alongside host country Cote d'Ivoire. You say Ivory Coast would not be wrong to say Guinea, Equatorial side, and Guinea-Bissau at this year's AFCON. Meanwhile, they will take on Lesotho and Zimbabwe next month, 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier. And in sixth place is World Cup winners Argentina, 797.50 million. Germany comes seventh with 789.50 million. In eighth place is Italy, 636.50 million. And Netherlands are in the ninth position with 519 million. That's the news. Is it good news for me? Maybe yes, for the fact that we have been valued. We have all it takes, trust me. I'm not trying to sound biased. I'm not trying to sound because I'm a Nigerian. But we know, or Nigerians better word, knows that this is the best way to go. And want to keep seeing more of this news come to play more of the time. We are talking about million, but we've seen people on the billion part. Now, quickly, new crown world champion in the world of Formula One. Max Verstappen added 8 more points to his started winning tally on Saturday when he cruised to victory for Red Bulls in a sprint race at the United States Grand Prix. The 26-year-old Dutchman led on challenge from pole position to Jack and conquered. Flag to finish 9.465 seconds clear of revitalized second and seven-time champion Lewis Hamilton of Mercedes. Charles Leclerc also came home third for Ferrari's 17.997 adrift. It was Max Verstappen's third straight race win of the season and buoyed his prospect for another triumph in Sunday's Grand Prix race when he will start from 6th on the grid after having his best qualifying lap deleted for exceeding track limits. Lando Norris also maintained McLaren's much improved form by taking a strong fourth place ahead of Sergio Perez in the second round and the second Red Bull Carlos Sainz in the second. Ferrari Norris also in the news. Now, Carlos Sainz is coming second for Ferrari, while Norris was less than a second behind Leclerc at the finish. George Russell finished 7th in a second Mercedes box. He was then relegated to 8th after taking off a 5-second penalty toss, elevating Pierre Gasly of Alpine to 7th. And that's the world of Formula One. But before I go to the next story, let me quickly say Max Verstappen will always be the man for the people. If he wasn't a vote talk, he's just breaking records. Top-notch man, amazingly great. I think ever since he came to the picture, I barely talk about Lewis Hamilton. I'm not trying to throw shades at Lewis, okay? But we're yet to see him make it 8. In the world of Formula One, he's still on the 7, and he felt like that's where he's going to stop. But since the Dutchman came to board, talk about Max Verstappen, you would agree with me that he is doing everything right to make sure his name is just out there. And now a record has been done again for the Dutchman or the Orange Man. But away from that quickly, let's talk about Antoine Griezmann, who, this ones are more like the highlight of the show, struck a hat-trick in the 3-0 win over 10-man Celta Vigo to help Atletico Madrid climb provisionally second in La Liga on Saturday. The French forward also was in his later best in a comfortable win at Celta Vigo Stadium for Diego Simeone's side, made easier by the host goalkeeper Ivan Villa. Early dismissal. The stopper took out Atletico striker Alvaro Morata in the area midway through the first half and was dismissed, with former Crystal Palace goalkeeper Vicente Guaita coming up for Celta Vigo to make his debut. Now, his first job was to pick the ball off the net as Griezmann dispatched the resulting penalty before netting twice to move second in the Spanish goal-scoring chart on 7 league goals behind Real Madrid midfielder Jude Bellingham. And that result, you heard me say, was as of Saturday. But right now, we already know Real Madrid on top of the log. Barcelona, with that clinical finish, happens to be making it a second move, and they are really doing well for themselves. A lot of players are out, the likes of Frankie, the likes of Robert Lewandowski, the likes of some key players are out at the moment, and it's a bad one. So what we see yesterday for Barcelona was great to see. Romeo in the middle of the park, pairing right there with Gundogan and also Gavi by the right. Pedri's out injured, and the midfield look well. Jules Koundé is also out. So we saw great football for Barcelona. The man that came from the bench, that young boy is 17, a great player. Jules, I'm calling him Jules. He came in and he made his debut, won man of the match, got a yellow card. Everything was the first time for a Barcelona side. But for Athletic Club, or you could say Bilbao, they played well, and maybe that game would have ended in a draw, but it was about Barcelona with the magic of the game. Die-minute goal. When I say die-minute goal, 79, 80, okay, let's say a late goal was okay to give the Catalonians or the Blaugranas the result they needed to emerge champions in that one game. 1-0 against Athletic Club, and right now they come second right now as it stands. Now let's talk about the Serie A. I've got this one from the Italian club side player. He's an Argentine player. Talk about Lautaro Martinez, who continues his red-hot scoring form in Inter Milan 3-0 win over Torino Saturday, which moved his team top of Serie A, while Vichigran's Kelly Brace at Verona put Napoli title defense back on track. It's good to see them win without Victor Osimhen. Argentina striker Martinez not at home. His 11th league goal of the season in the 67 minutes of a straightforward win in Torino. Inter went 1 point ahead of AC Milan, who hosts third place Juventus, or who hosted third place Juventus on Sunday night, and that result happened to be Juventus getting the results. And you know who scored? It was Lucatelli scoring against his former side. Now, the 26-year-old is already 5 goals. Talk about Victor Osimhen, and his nearest rival at the top of scoring charts after just 9 matches have also become attacking focus point for Inter Milan, who are also the highest scorers in the Italy top flight with 24. Striker partner Marcus Thuram also had opened the scoring 8 minutes before when he swept off Denzel Dumfries' low pass to take his league tally to 3, while Hakan Çalhanoğlu completed the scoring form with a penalty spot in the stoppage time. So quickly moving on forward, France national guy Thuram also had a brilliant start in Italy, where he was born, while he was also a World Cup winning father. Thuram played for a star-studded Parma team, which won the UEFA Cup back in 1990. Coach Simone Inzaghi actually played both on Tuesday when Inter Milan host Salzburg in the first 2 Champions League match against the Austrians. Inter Milan will almost certainly come up against the Faisal Razors in the San Siro. Then, they did with Torino, who have now gone 4 matches without scoring. Now, let me talk about the Serie A a little bit. A whole lot of stuff is really going on. Ivan Juric's team missing start centre forward Dusan Zapata look destined for another underwhelming season as they sit 14th on 9. That's 9 points. Now, before I get to the next story quickly, the Italian football was crazy during the weekend. I must commend Juventus for getting the results right I know the story. Fajoli is out at the moment, anti-doping issues, betting scandal for him. Then Pogba also being ruled out on that part for doping, anti-doping test. And all of this is not cool for Massimo Allegri's side, but they got the result they needed yesterday against the Stefano Pioli side. Well-organized football. 1-0 it ended in favor of the Turin side away from home. That was a great result. Now for Napoli Saturday, they got the result right against Hellas Verona. And we need to see players like Vichigara Skela, the Georgian international, do what he did. He paid the price. There was no Victor Osimhen. He's ruled out for 1 month. And now Rudy Garcia's team sang the praise of the team as they got the result right Saturday. I beg your pardon. Quickly now, Argentina Qatar 22 World Cup winner Papu Gomez has been handed a 2-year ban for doping, according to Spanish media outfit Massa, the football Sevilla player who have moved to Monza. This year, tested positive for a banned substance after a test carried out in November 2022. Gomez and Sevilla were aware of the news that was a month ago when UEFA notified him. Now, but it was this week that he also received the sanction, something that could end his sporting career. Gomez also claimed he had felt ill, which made him take the drugs or cough syrup for children without prior consultation with a club doctor. It doesn't sound like a cool news to say. Now, Sevilla, aware of the case, terminated this contract, which saw him sign for Monza until June 2024. And that's just what it is. From that day until date, the player lifted the World Cup with Argentina and also the UEFA Europa Cup with Sevilla back in Budapest in Hungary. Gomez arrived in Italy back in 2010 to sign for Catanian coach Diego Pablo Simoni, and that's just how it's been over time. Now, after his stint in Ukraine, he returned to Serie A to sign for Atalanta, and right now the story is what we have to wait to know what comes to play. Now I'll talk about the Premier League quickly because of time. Liverpool moved to the summit in the Premier League with a comfortable 2-0 victory against Mount Everton in the Merseyside derby at Anfield on Saturday afternoon. Everton were reduced to 10 men in the 37th after Ashley Young was sent off in a second blockable offense. Liverpool took the lead in the 7th minute, while Mohamed Salah converted from the spot kick. Following Michael Caine's handball, the Egyptian scored the goal, the second deep in stoppage time after he was set up by Darwin Núñez, the Uruguay international. The win was Liverpool first in 3 games. Jurgen Klopp's side will now shift attention to Thursday UEFA Europa League clash against Ligue 1 side Toulouse. Some want to say Toulouse. Now, the next Premier League match is a trip to Nottingham Forest on Sunday, and that's October 29. Everton's next assignment is a Premier League clash with West Ham. What would be the question, and let's know how it goes. And that was for the Merseyside derby. Now, quickly, still talking about the Premier League right now. Let me share this with you. Manchester City beat Brighton 2-1 on Saturday to return to the Premier League summit on the day when the action on the pitch was overshadowed by the death of England World Cup winner Bobby Charlton. Bobby Charlton. Arsenal missed a chance to end a day in spot, but recovered to a 2-0 down against Chelsea to draw 2-2 level and are behind City only on goal difference. City win was their 21st consecutive victory at the Etihad in all competitions, setting a new record for a winning run at home by a Premier League club. The treble winners also, who had lost their previous 2 league games, terminated the first half, taking an early lead through Julian Alvarez goal, and then we saw Erling Braut Haaland ended his big drought by doubling City's lead 12 minutes later, driving home a Fias left-footed shot from just outside the area, his 9th Premier League goal of the season. But then it was a different story after the break, for Ansu Fati pulled off a goal back in the 70th minute to heap the pressure on the home team, who helped on despite sending off defender Emmanuel Akanji, and that's a bad one. Also, wrapping up the show now, let me bring this to you now. Manchester United won their 2nd Premier League game in a row with a hard-fought 2-1 victory over Sheffield United at Bramall Lane. The home side had the better of the early exchange before Scott McTominay scoffed a volley after 28 minutes to put Man United ahead. The advantage was immediately cancelled out as McTominay soon handed the ball in his own area, and all Matt Bonney leveled the match from the spot. So Amrabat hit the bar from the visitors when they slowly exerted more pressure in the second half. It paid off 13 minutes from time when Diogo Dalot called a long-range effort into the top corner. Sheffield United will now face Arsenal at Emirates next weekend, while Man United's next Premier League game would be a derby at Old Trafford. Arsenal, like you heard me say, also had a very great game against Chelsea. But this is all I can give to you. Shout out to every other team that got it right. That Dalot goal, watch that goal again. Watch that. You can see that. Let's get it on the replay. Watch the ball. He touches the ball. He fists it off and he strike. Trust me, that goalkeeper never, maybe in this generation, would ever catch that ball. And that's just how it ended for, United. Dalot, the instep was amazing. Watch again, see that. He plays it, and that's just what it is. It's a story for Eric Ten Hag and his team. I must say congratulations to, Man United. But that game, I will talk about it hopefully tomorrow. Happened to see Harry Maguire. Less game, but he happened to be the man of the match. And that was a great one for the Three Lion former skipper side. Talk about Harry Maguire when there is no Harry Kane. It's on us now that I have to sign out on the show. More interesting programs coming your way. Don't change it. Don't touch the channel. Keep watching Voice of People TV. I'm your host and I will always be your host. My name is Kizuke. Have a great weekend. Peace out.